So about 4 months ago, I decided that I wanted to take my M1 Finance account, I wanted to shuffle it up a bit. And I realized it's actually really, really hard to do this without paying taxes. Now, what I figured out was, first off, I had this pie. And of course, this isn't the pie because I did this already, but I had a pie, and let's say this is the pie. So this is my sector pie, let's say. And I had this pie here, and I wanted to transfer money from this pie, or I wanted to transfer some of my stocks out of this pie and into a different pie. So let's say I wanted to transfer it out of this sector pie, and I wanted to transfer it into this other pie, this Valmentum pie, right? So I have two different pies. I wanted to transfer a slice from a pie to another pie, and guess what? It's really, really hard. If you want to do this, basically, you have to sell the stocks and then buy again, which ends up potentially costing you taxes. So of course, what I don't want is to pay taxes on this thing. I wanted to do it tax-free. I'll literally want to just shuffle my account up so the way it looks is different. I didn't want to actually sell actual securities, right? I didn't want to sell any stocks. So I'm trying to figure this whole thing out. This is 4 months ago, and I finally read online that you can't do this without paying taxes unless you actually email M1 Finance. Now the good news is you do not have to do this anymore, but this was the process before. So there is a very good new process that we can talk about today. But what I did have to do back then, 4 months ago, is I sent them an email. I said I want to transfer my different slices to different pies. What do I do? They reply to me. They say, "Hi, Robert. To move slices to new pies, we first need to temporarily pause trading on your account to reflect the view you want to have going forward without causing taxable events." Right? So taxable events. I don't want to pay taxes by selling anything. Why would I want to do that? I just literally want this account that I have to look a certain way. Note, performance data for the entire portfolio is lost in the process, but will not trigger a taxable event. So basically I had to confirm that I was ready to do this. They stopped trading my account, and then I was able to move my pies, my slices between the different pies and set it up differently. Once I was done, I emailed them again. I said, "Hey, I'm done. Let's go ahead and turn this thing back on. I'm ready to start trading again." And that was it. So a lengthy process, something that no one wants to have to do if they literally just want to transfer a slice from here to here. That's it, right? That's not something that you want to do. So I got an email from them a few months ago. And the email says, "Reorganize your pies without selling securities." And I'm like, there we go. That is exactly what this platform was missing. You need to be able to do this without having to actually sell securities and incur capital gains. That's not something that you want to have to do. So there's a process to do this now, and it's basically the same process that I did when I had to email them what to do, but now you don't have to go out and reach out to them and ask them to stop your account from trading or anything like that. So I'm going to go over today how you can actually do this. So right now the functionality is that you have to do this on a desktop. So we're going to go through this on a desktop. I don't believe you can do this on mobile, so you're going to have to go log into a computer and actually do this. I'm going to go in, I'm going to click an account here, and inside this account I have a few different things. So I have this pie that has Valmentum, I have a pie that has sectors, I have this thing called Meat Lovers, and I have the thing called Pepperoni. So for just purposes of figuring out how to do this, I'm going to go through and I'm going to use these two pies. I'm going to use Pepperoni, I'm going to use Meat Lovers. So let's click on Pepperoni. And inside this Pepperoni pie, I have two different securities. I have two stocks. So I have Apple, I have Microsoft. So what I want to do is I want to basically send Apple out of this Pepperoni, and I want to send it into Meat Lovers. I even wrote myself a little note. It says, "Remove Apple from here and into Meat Lovers," so I know what I'm doing with this pie that I created. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to do this. It should be pretty easy. So what you do is you go to Edit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to select Apple, and I'm going to hit Move because I want to move this from Pepperoni, remember, into Meat Lovers. So I hit that. How does it work? Moving slices won't cause trades in this account, so it's not going to actually execute a trade. It's just moving it inside the platform itself. If the pies you're changing are used in other accounts, trades, taxable events may be executed in those accounts. Something to mention right now is this is just a brokerage account, right? I'm not sending it to my taxable account. I'm not sending it to my Roth IRA, right? So I'm just doing it within this one account. So there's not going to be a transfer between accounts or anything like that. Just within this account. I already selected the slice, right? So now next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click the pie that I want this to go into, and I have to adjust the percentages appropriately. Now it says moves won't reset the account cost basis or money weighted returns. The performance of slices will be reset. So Apple is a slice, right? So Apple's return is going to be reset. When I send it over to this new Meat Lovers pie, the meat lover's return for that whole pie with all the stocks in it, that's the return it's going to show. It's not going to show just Apple and how much I made with Apple over whatever time period it is that I bought the stock. So hit got it, and now this is where I want to send the money. So what I said I wanted to go to Meat Lovers, right? I'm sending it from pepperoni pie into Meat Lovers pie. So hit Meat Lovers. And so I have PayPal Holdings as my only account inside Meat Lovers. What do I want to do? I'm going to do a 50-50 split between these two accounts. So I have 50% in Apple now, 50% in PayPal. So I'm essentially just reweighting now this piece of the pies, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click continue. And now back to the pie that I just sent out of, right? So I had pepperoni, I sent out of pepperoni to Meat Lovers. So Microsoft is going to be 100% of this pie, 100%. Continue. It's going to execute in the morning, so that'll be done. Continue, and that's it. So tomorrow morning when this market opens, this is going to happen. So it's going to execute the different pies. It's going to send Apple out of pepperoni. It's going to send it into Meat Lovers. I'm not going to pay any taxes. I'm not selling the stock. I'm not buying it again. It's just inside the actual account of M1 Finance, how it's showing it, how it's structured. That's all that's happening. So that's all we have for this video. I hope you liked it. If you don't have an M1 Finance account, by the way, check out my affiliate link below if you want to support the channel. Open an account using that link, and it'll support the channel. So thanks again, and watch another one of my videos coming up on the end screen right now. Thanks everyone so much for watching. I do want to remind you I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. And let's face it, I am not right 100% of the time. So please do your own due diligence.